Closed captioning is brought to you by BMG, Benefits Management Group.
Welcome to the Road in Between. This week we're going to be going to Nashville, Tennessee, Music City. And then we're going to go to Lexington, Kentucky, where my son Tommy and his wife Mallory and their friends will be sharing their story about being strangers and now being welcomed into that beautiful town. So our next stop is Nashville, Tennessee.
The Road in Between with Tom Sikes is sponsored by John O'Neill Johnson Toyota, CRM Companies, Archer Architecture, Mitchell Signs and Imprints, Glass Incorporated, Benefits Management Group.
Here we are in Nashville, Tennessee. We've arrived to share a great story with you today. Track 45. It's three siblings that have left Meridian, Mississippi, felt the call to go and explore their sense of call into country music. So let's go on inside and listen to them.
And there to greet my eyes is sunshine, blue skies. Hey mama, I'll be just fine now. Everything's alright. Cool breeze, tall trees, life's never been oh so easy. Everything's alright. Everything's alright.
We are here at the Blue Grotto in Brentwood, Tennessee, and we are so glad to have with us Track 45.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Glad you're here, Jenna and Ben and KK. And we thank you for being part of this show, Road in Between. You certainly have been on your own road. And share with us a little bit about where you came from and how you ended up in Brentwood.
Well, we are from Meridian, Mississippi, and proud of it.
Right.
We grew up with music all the time. And from the time we were 4 years old, we would go to the symphony with our granddad. We would sing hymns around the table, and we would even go to the barber shop quartet with my uncle and sing with him there. So we're always around music, and our career in music really progressed really naturally. We never promoted ourselves or asked to play anywhere. It just kind of happened, and after a while, we decided we needed a name to call ourselves. So we ended up going with 45 South, and because that represents where we're from, it's the road that took us to all of our favorite places growing up. And we started playing on a radio show, Sukanati Review. For various reasons, we had to change our name, and we wanted to keep part of that name, though, so we kept the 45, and we put the track in there, and now we're called Track 45.
Meridian's like a railroad town,
right?
Also a musical track.
So it keeps where we're from.
Very good.
Yeah.
Music.
Very good.
So.
Very good. Well, y'all did some great work in Meridian at Stage 2.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Great memories. Les Mis, I remember that one especially. Y'all were
That's
terrific.
awesome.
And then you left Meridian, though, in the middle of school and decided to make a trek up here. Tell us how that happened. How did that take place?
Yeah. Really, it all started with the X Factor. We made it to the finals in the X Factor, so we were out in LA, and we were out there for a little while, and that's when we really decided, this is something that we can do for a living. We had always loved it, but up until then, it was kind of, like she said, we never promoted ourselves. People just would ask us, and we'd go play. We love to do it. We were out there. We said, this is what we want to do. We came back to Meridian, and we did a lot of soul searching, and we ended up. A man named Marty Gamblin came up to us after we played a show, and he said, I've worked in the industry a long time, and I really love the way y'all sound. If you ever want to talk about it." We played him all of our songs, and he said, "Look, y'all are great, but y'all need to decide who you are." And so we said, "We've heard that before." So
That's the big question.
it is the big question. And so we honed our sound. We started songwriting a lot. We figured out what we wanted to sound like, what our sound was like, and he encouraged us to move up to Nashville, and so we did. And
Which was a big move.
it was a big move.
Yeah.
I was 15, so we
KK was
really, we really wanted confirmation that, are we ready to move? And he really helped us decide that we were ready to move to Nashville to pursue our, our dreams.
Yeah, that big question, who am I? You learn by really, okay, who am I not?
Right, yeah.
Who are we not? Well, we're a variety of things, but you do have to hone it in.
Right.
Right, we had done a lot of variety stuff up until that point.
Which was good for us.
Which was great. It helped create our sound, but we had to hone in, and we really are loving what we're doing now with the country music, and we found our sound.
We found
We're
our
really
sound.
proud of
found
it.
it.
Yeah.
Cool breeze, tall trees. Life's never been oh so easy. Everything's alright.
The Road in Between with Tom Sikes is sponsored by John O'Neill Johnson Toyota, CRM Companies, Archer Architecture, Mitchell Signs and Imprints, Glass Incorporated, Benefits Management Group.
Hello, I'm Neil Johnson with John O'Neill Johnson Motor Company. We offer Toyota, we offer Hyundai, BMW, and Mazda.
You can take them beyond the road and go out and have an adventure. You can go hunting, you can go fishing, kayaking, bicycling, take them all out on the road in between.
Some of the great ones for that, Tom, are the Toyota Tundra, Toyota Tacoma, Toyota 4Runner, Land Cruiser is another good one, the Toyota Sequoia. They're great for the outdoors.
You come by and see them.
John O'Neill Johnson Motor Company, a name you can trust, products you can depend on.
In today's world where most businesses and corporations' main mission is to simply make profit, CRM Companies differs itself by focusing on being successful in a way that also promotes growth and prosperity in the community. CRM Companies isn't simply a commercial development and management company. They create opportunities, they create jobs, they maximize the potential for growth and development of a better community, all while still providing great services and outstanding customer relations. Learn more about CRM Companies and their mission today. Visit crmco.com. We're back with The Road in Between with Tom Sikes.
I love it. What are some of the life lessons you've learned on this road in between?
Yeah. Couple things that pop into my mind. One is when someone tells you no, it can be a really good thing.
Okay.
Some of the best experiences of our lives have come right after somebody says that's not good enough, or you need to go back to the drawing board with that, or that's just not cutting it, you need to figure out something else. And what that does is a lot of times that ends up opening doors up to even better things than what we thought we were going to do before. Whenever somebody's giving you honest criticism, constructive criticism, really welcome that. Another thing that we've learned is it's good to surround yourself with people who know more than you do about what in areas that you don't know.
Well, you have the Spirit all in you and through you and around you, and it just bubbles out over you. And, I know that God's working in your life, and your faith journey has been a probably core foundation
Absolutely.
to enable you to leave your home and
Absolutely.
Right.
get on that road.
And along with what Benjamin said about, honesty and hearing no, and something, my mom always said growing up is God's always saving you for something or from something. And we've really seen that in our lives as, opportunities and doors have been opened through things that weren't as fun.
When you are on that road in between and you're trying to discover who you are,
Mm-hmm.
and those lyrics that come out or that sound that comes out, have you noticed it change as it's evolved through the years? And
I think so. Obviously where you are in life will dictate a lot of what lyrically you're going to put out there. When you're 13, you'll probably write a very different subject matter song than when you're 22.
Right.
But another interesting thing is when you write a dud, and when somebody tells you a song's a dud, sometimes it really motivates you to go back and think of something just really inspired. And it's like, wow, you got to really dig deep,
yeah.
And Yeah, that's what I would say.
Now, if we want to listen to your music, I know right now you're working on demos and
Right.
you're getting it out.
We have a Facebook page, Track 45 on Facebook. You can go and like us there.
No spaces. Track
No
45.
spaces.
45.
Just Track 45. And we also have an Instagram, which is Track 45 Band.
Band.
And you
Yes.
have great pictures. Keep them going.
And we
We
put
put some videos on
videos.
there too. So,
So that's
Yes.
one way you can listen to our music, and we're working on some really exciting demos, and some things are in the works. So just stay tuned to our Facebook
we're really
and our
comfortable
Instagram.
with what
So.
we're doing right now.
I'm going to close with this. As far as like part of the road in between is not only once you arrive, but it's that real journey of, oh my gosh, I really don't know where I'm going, or I know the direction I'm going, but I'm having a hard time keeping going. I think a lot of people might be there.
Yeah.
You know, encouragement, inspiration. Has there been a low point where you looked at each other and goes, I don't know if we can keep going?
Not completely to the point of despair where we don't want to keep going, but we've definitely had moments where we look at each
Discouraged.
other and just very discouraged and down about where we are, just impatient and wanting things to move faster and kind of wanting to take it into our own hands. But then we're just reminded that we have to be patient and that we always look back and are really grateful for how things unfolded in God's plan and in His timing, because if we try to rush ahead, things just fall
Right.
apart. And it's really cool to be able to look back and just see the journey we've been on so far and just how everything's worked out so much better when we've been patient and just waited, and just the people God's brought into our life too. It's been amazing just because we waited and we're patient.
All the hard times and all the bad times that we've been through have really helped us grow. And looking back on that, we can see that plan that was always there.
Right.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I thank y'all for sharing your story.
Thanks
This
for
is
having
your story.
us. Thanks for letting us
And
share part of our story.
We are big
Totally.
fans.
Jumbo.
We are big fans. We will stay with you and look forward to to seeing what God has in store for y'all.
Awesome.
I just want to add one thing too. I know we don't specifically sing Christian music, but we just want y'all to know that our goal is still to glorify God through our music, the music that we make. And yeah,
Absolutely.
just thanks for
Wonderful.
letting us come. and
Well, love
share
is
our
the
story.
universal language.
Yeah.
And with country music, there's love and loss.
There
There's
it
a lot of
is.
loss.
There it is.
The whole lost and found theme is the gospel.
Yeah.
And how you translate that is what it's all about.
Yeah.
So we love you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank y'all
Thanks
very
for
much.
having us.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
You guys stick around. When we come back, we're going to be going to Lexington, Kentucky.
The Road in Between with Tom Sikes is sponsored by John O'Neill Johnson Toyota, CRM Companies, Archer Architecture, Mitchell Signs and Imprints, Glass Incorporated, Benefits Management Group.
Hello, I'm Neil Johnson with John O'Neill Johnson Motor Company. We offer Toyota, we offer Hyundai, BMW, and Mazda.
You can take them beyond the road and go out and have an adventure. You can go hunting, you can go fishing, kayaking, bicycling. Take them all out on the road in between.
Some of the great ones for that, Tom, are the Toyota Tundra, Toyota Tacoma, Toyota 4Runner, Land Cruiser is another good one, the Toyota Sequoia. They're great for the outdoors.
You'll come by and see them.
John O'Neill Johnson Motor Company, a name you can trust, products you can depend on.
In today's world where most businesses and corporations' main mission is to simply make profit, CRM Companies differs itself by focusing on being successful in a way that also promotes growth and prosperity in the community. CRM Companies isn't simply a commercial development and management company. They create opportunities, they create jobs, they maximize the potential for growth and development of a better community, all while still providing great services and outstanding customer relations. Learn more about CRM Companies and their mission today. Visit crmco.com. We're back with The Road in Between with Tom Sikes.
My son got married and he moved to Lexington, Kentucky, and I wanted to come up and see him, but I've heard all about his friends. Lexington seems to have a big small town with big
Yeah, it likes to keep the small town charm, but at the same time, it is 300,000 people, so
love this story of how God brings people together who once were strangers and become friends, and later on, now they're family.
Solid place. It's it's got a nice little nightlife, not as big as a bigger city, but there is things to do. We do have a nice opera house if you're into that type stuff. Good things happen. You just have to jump on them when they do happen. But at the same time, you don't have to worry about a lot of the problems that come with being in a larger city. There's not a whole lot of empty space. You don't have a lot of empty buildings downtown. A lot of infill. It's good city planning, and then you're only a couple of miles from the horse farms and the country right on the outside of the city. So if you want a nice afternoon drive, you're only a few minutes away from it.
Wow.
Well, I appreciate
Matt, thank you very much.
For the ride.
You're welcome.
All right.
You guys have a good night.
You too. Thank you. So we're here in Lexington, Kentucky, horse country. Tonight we're at the Fifth Third Pavilion. This is a community space where we have local concerts every Thursday night, and we are here with every type of people. We have, the blue collar worker, the white collar worker. We all are here in fellowship, and this is where we have fun. Great place to live. It's a southern town, a small town filled with big dreams. So we enjoy being here.
We went to Lexington, where we got to minister with our friends and family in some places where it just doesn't happen a lot. It was so good to see the young people gathering together after a long day's work. In the city of Lexington, the place really comes alive at night. We looked around and the streets were filled with musicians. Being in the fall, the nights are cool and everybody is rushing to get to their favorite restaurants with friends and family. What I discovered is when my son and his wife moved to Lexington, God led them to meet some very special folks who now are dear friends. On this road, I had the chance to meet up with my family, some really great people, and reflect on how God brought us all together on this road in between. Lexington, Kentucky, I had a great time. Beautiful place, beautiful people. I can't wait to go back again.
The Road in Between with Tom Sikes is sponsored by John O'Neill Johnson Toyota, CRM Companies, Archer Architecture, Mitchell Signs and Imprints, Glass Incorporated, Benefits Management Group.
Hello, I'm Neil Johnson with John O'Neill Johnson Motor Company. We offer Toyota, we offer Hyundai, BMW, and Mazda.
You can take them beyond the road and go out and have an adventure. You can go hunting, you can go fishing, kayaking, bicycling, take them all out on the road in between.
Some of the great ones for that, Tom, are the Toyota Tundra, Toyota Tacoma, Toyota 4Runner, Land Cruiser is another good one, the Toyota Sequoia. They're great for the outdoors.
You come by and see them.
John O'Neill Johnson Motor Company. name you can trust, products you can depend on.
Award-winning, quality, experience. Glass Incorporated's expert team can handle single window panes to entire high-rise buildings. Whether you need storefronts, glass replacement, mirrors, or shower enclosures, no job is too big or too small. Glass Incorporated, your commercial and residential glass experts. Locations in Meridian, Foley, Alabama, and the Mississippi Gulf Coast.
In today's world where most businesses and corporations' main mission is to simply make profit, CRM Companies differs itself by focusing on being successful in a way that also promotes growth and prosperity in the community. CRM Companies isn't simply a commercial development and management company. They create opportunities, they create jobs, they maximize the potential for growth and development of a better community, all while still providing great services and outstanding customer relations. Learn more about CRM Companies and their mission today. Visit crmco.com. We're back with The Road in Between with Tom Sikes.
On our way out, we just couldn't help but stop and go through all the beautiful countryside and the horse farms, take a look and enjoy. Here we are in Lexington, Kentucky, home of the racehorses, the rich and famous, as all these people gather for the Keeneland Horse Park. The families, the kids, the excitement, the buildup of excitement on the home stretch as the horses cross the finish line. As we travel through the rolling hills of Kentucky, I can't help but notice the beautiful horse farms. Pristine pastures and serenity. We stopped at a store hoping to be able to visit a horse farm. And lo and behold, we met Mike Workman, who welcomed us to Spruce Lane Stable. Here we are at Spruce Lane Stables outside of Lexington, Kentucky, and we're with Mike Workman, and we're grateful, Mike, for you being with us today.
I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
And what do you do here? What's your...
I take care of the horses and do all the maintenance.
Oh, you do it all?
Do
all. Everything?
Yes,
well,
sir.
show us inside if you don't mind.
Okay. Come
Great.
right on in. This is a couple of mares we had up for the blacksmith this morning, and
what's the name of this horse right here?
that's Hug Doc.
Hello, Hug Doc.
And she's a really sweet mare.
What's your take on horses? You think they have such a sense about them, don't they? They know when they can relax with people and
Yeah.
when they get nervous with people. And
Yeah, they definitely understand. You know, they can sense your, you know, how you're feeling. You know, so they can go off of your emotions and see how you're feeling and decide whether or not they want to come to you or be a little skittish of you or what the deal is. But yeah, those guys really they feel a person out.
Right.
And as far as personality-wise, these guys have a different personality for every horse.
Yes.
And it's great.
What about this horse? Is
this guy? He's got a good personality. He's been feeling better, so he's been a little more difficult to handle. But it comes along with feeling better and getting closer to getting back to the track. But
and right out here is where you do your breaking of the horses. Is that
yes.
right?
Yes.
And this is Mike does the breaking of the horses. And tell us how you do that. How do you initially, when a horse comes up here for the first time?
Well, they'll just take him out to the round pen, and we'll start doing some lunging with him, and basically do some groundwork and get the horses to learn how to move their feet, yield their hindquarters, and stuff to that effect. And then once you get them comfortable with lunging and comfortable with, we'll put a surcingle, what they call a surcingle, which just basically goes around their back, down on their side like a girth. And once they get comfortable with that, then they'll move up and put a little tack on him and go from there. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting deal.
That is.
Yeah.
It is. Well, we're all start out wild and get it broken.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I thank you, Mike.
Oh,
Thanks
that's
for
no
showing us
problem.
around.
Hey,
we're grateful.
I appreciate you guys being here. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Mike was just talking about working here, and it's really all about trust. And he gets to be with horses when they're born and helps to bring them into life, and that's really what life is all about. It's having that trust and determining who you believe in from the beginning of life all the way through, and part of the trust is to know that they're going to be taken care of. And a lot of times when we see fences, we think of fences as kind of preventing these horses from running free. And a lot of us as humans, we don't like fences. We want to run free, but God gives us boundaries so that we'll be protected. And He gives us the green pastures so that we can lie in it. And the problem is we like to bust through the fences, and we like to do our own thing. And you know, the famous line is, the grass is always greener where? On the other side of the fence. So we try to go through the fence. And but God gives us these boundaries, and they're very important for us, whether they be the 10 Commandments or just outlining for us how to stay in community. And so think about that the next time you're at a horse farm, you see beautiful fences, and whether they be this traditional fence or the white fences roaming through the pastures, that God gives us these for a good reason. This is Tom Sikes for another Hush in the Rush moment on the Road in Between.
Stick around. The Road in Between will be right back.
Award-winning, quality, experience. Glass Incorporated's expert team can handle single window panes to entire high-rise buildings. Whether you need storefronts, glass replacement, mirrors, or shower enclosures, no job is too big or too small. Glass Incorporated, your commercial and residential glass experts. Locations in Meridian, Foley, Alabama, and the Mississippi Gulf Coast.
Hello, I'm Neil Johnson with John O'Neill Johnson Motor Company. We offer Toyota, we offer Hyundai, BMW, and Mazda.
You can take them beyond the road and go out and have an adventure. You can go hunting, you can go fishing, kayaking, bicycling, take them all out on the road in between.
Some of the great ones for that, Tom, are the Toyota Tundra, Toyota Tacoma, Toyota 4Runner, Land Cruiser's another good one, the Toyota Sequoia. They're great for the outdoors.
You come by and see them.
John O'Neill Johnson Motor Company, a name you can trust, products you can depend on.
We're back with The Road in Between with Tom Sikes.
I want to thank everyone for being part of this particular show. Very sentimental to me. All the friends, all the folks who made this possible. Thank you to the family that shared their story, and we're grateful that you came along with us on The Road in Between.
Did you think you were a magician, hoping that I'd listen and never see past your disguise to all that you were hiding?
The Road in Between would also like to thank these fine sponsors. Closed captioning is brought to you by BMG, Benefits Management Group.